My name is Ugbe Jeremiah, your top analyst on football. Welcome to Active Football TV. It's a new channel. We'll be covering you on all top 5 leagues football. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and engage with us. Here in the studio with me.
Guys, my name is Wilson Valentin Jr. I'm one of the analysts for today's games. So here is my colleague.
How far, how na dey? Hope say na dey well. My name na Ogukeleb Chibike. I be one of the analysts for today's match.
Our first game we have here is a tricky game. Manchester City vs Liverpool. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. This is a tricky game, as you just said. You know, City vs Liverpool is always a tricky game, especially when City is at home. Before international break, Liverpool lost to Bournemouth. Klopp this time would like to redeem itself.
Don't you think City will be playing under pressure?
I don't think so, because you know City is one of the most, for the past 5 years now, they have been dominant in EPL. So okay. I don't see City playing under pressure. I know that this winning they need it more than Liverpool, because they need to catch up with Arsenal. You know, if they lost today, that means the league is gone. So I think City to win.
Okay, that's your final prediction.
Yeah, City to win.
Okay, Caleb, what's your prediction?
Well, the game is a very dicey game. We all know Klopp has a very good record against Guardiola, and it will be very difficult for Man City to win. And Klopp is a very tactical man. We are seeing him when he was on Dortmund and stuff like that. So I think the game will be very difficult for him. Guardiola is quite well. He's doing well. Liverpool has been struggling this season because of injuries, and injuries and stuff like that. So I'm seeing Man City to beat them, but it will be a very tight score. The game will be a little bit dicey. But if City doesn't take time, Liverpool is going to win them. But it's very hard. But we are not to just. This is just our prediction. We know how football can just come up and turn up.
Yeah, football happens.
But if Man City eventually lose today, I think it's just goodbye for the Premier League, because they still want the title. They are not even sure of any title right now, so they still want the title. So I think they are going to beat Liverpool with a slight win. That's my thought on it.
Don't you think Klopp's tactical cohesion will prove a very big leap for Liverpool to triumph?
Yes, I think so. But right now, most of his players are not in form and likes of injuries. So it will be very difficult. And I think Guardiola has a very informed team and have a good bench than him. So Guardiola is also tactical. You should not also forget that. So we shouldn't forget that. It's going to be a very difficult game. It's going to be a very difficult game. Liverpool needs the point. Man City needs the point, because Liverpool also wants to make either Champions League or European football. But
chasing the top
at the stance now, Liverpool will even more prefer that Champions League than the European football. So it's going to be a very difficult game. But I feel like I think that Man City will win. And my prediction is 2-1 or 1-0 in favor of Man City.
Okay, my final prediction is Liverpool winning at the Etihad. Looking at team cohesion, team dynamics, I believe Liverpool are going to triumph or go from there with a point. Let's move on to our next game, Arsenal Leeds. What are your perceptions?
Arsenal Leeds, though, Arsenal has been quite one of the most informed teams in Europe. If not the informed,
the best team in Europe, you should say. The best team in Europe, you should say. Why?
The best in Europe, are you sure about that?
The current best team in Europe, that's what you should say.
Is it the first or the second?
The first.
I don't think it's first, because Napoli is first.
Go on with your prediction.
Okay. You know, looking at Arsenal Leeds, though Leeds has not been doing well for about 4 to 5 matches right now. And looking at what Arsenal has been playing, that match is a very, very difficult game to predict. Though, you know, everybody is giving Arsenal to win, Arsenal to win, Arsenal to win. Even me, myself, I can't give Leeds to win, because that game is a very tight game. And Arsenal needs point more than Leeds. Arsenal, especially the coach, need to win this EPL. You know, if I can predict this match, I can give Arsenal to win by 3-0.
And that's your final thought?
Yes, that's my final thought.
Well, I don't have much to say, because everybody knows, as it starts, nobody they compete with Arsenal. They are very, very informed. They have been consistent, unlike them. The Arsenal we know is that once they run play reach December, January, they run the flop. So they are breaking that barrier for the past 10 years now. I think they are going to win this very comfortably. This so far have not been playing well. at all. They have not been playing well since they sacked, even before they sacked their former coach. There have been runs of four games within them. So I think they are going to lose. But let's not also underestimate football. Football can be something else. But
Football can happen.
yeah, football can happen. But I think Arsenal is going to win by 4 or 5 goals.
Okay, that's a very good prediction from a Manchester United analyst, which is always not seen because I think Manchester United have grudges with Arsenal that I do not know. I think you should know that Arsenal are going to triumph heavily in the Emirates today. And don't forget to drop your own predictions and win something from us. Looking at Bournemouth Fulham, what are your thoughts?
Bournemouth, that's a tricky game. Many looking at Bournemouth last match against Liverpool and how they played, how compacted they are. They didn't allow Liverpool to break down the lines, and they even managed to score a goal that made them to win that game. They won Liverpool by a goal to nothing. And now Fulham losing two of their key players. You know how Willian has been consistent for Fulham this season, and Mitrovic. For them to lose those two key players, I don't see Fulham beating Bournemouth at away. Fulham beat away, then Bournemouth at home. I don't see Fulham beating Bournemouth. What I can predict in that game is a draw. 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Or Bournemouth will win.
A fair result.
Yes, 1-1 draw.
What are your thoughts, Caleb?
Well, I go with my Chelsea brother. We all know how good Bournemouth has been this season at home, more especially. So the red card which Fulham got last 2 weeks because of the international break. So the red card is going to really affect their runs of game because this is their major players, which is Mitrovic and Williams. Yeah. Williams has been incredibly this season, as in he has been outstanding even at his age. Because he didn't play well in Arsenal. He went to I think Brazilian League also. Yes. I came back, he didn't do well. So him coming back to the DPA and doing so well, is a very good kudos to him. But it's going to be a very difficult game for them. But you can still underestimate them because of their losing their best player. We have seen most teams lose their best player and still go on to win matches. So I think the game is going to be draw or Bournemouth to win. I didn't see Fulham just winning them easily. But football can also happen. I see Fulham winning them 1-0 or the game ends 0-0 or 1-1 draw. That's my prediction.
Okay, that's a final thought. I think I do not have a deep affinity towards these teams, and I could go with your predictions for a draw. Over to Brighton Brentford. I think that's a very tricky game. A very tricky game for Brentford.
Brighton Brentford, let me say, those two teams is one of the most underrated and underdog team in EPL.
Yeah, Brighton have been overachieving,
yes,
so to say.
Yes, I know that Brighton and Brentford, both of them, looking at their current form and what they play, both of them have similar pattern of play.
Yes.
Brighton and Brentford have almost the same pattern of play. Looking at that game, if I can predict that game, I don't really know what I can predict. I can go. Let me just go my prediction to be 12.
Okay.
The reason why I say 12 is that because that game right now, I don't see draw in that game. Either I see Brentford to win away or Brighton to win at home. Okay. Let me just put it. Anybody can win.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Kev?
Well, Brighton, Brentford. Both teams are quite good this season. They have been impressive and they have been doing their best. When it comes to Brighton, I think Brighton have this more advantage in playing big team than their follow average team because sure. I think it's going to be a very difficult game for them. But since they are home, I'm going to give them the winning. I'm going to give them the winning. Also, Brentford has been also going before. Brentford has been doing well. But the difference between them and them, Brentford can also beat the follow average team. But Brighton, they find it very difficult to beat average teams like themselves. They are only comfortable playing the big team football. This has also been even during the times of this Chelsea present coach Graham Potter. So it's going to be a very dicey game. It's going to be a very difficult game for both of them. So, but since Brighton are home, I'm giving them to win 2-0. That's my prediction on the match.
Okay, I would go with Brighton because they have been overachieving this season, and they have been one of the best teams to watch in the EPL this season. I would go with Brighton for a good home win, comfortable home win.
Okay.
Crystal Palace, Leicester City, also a blockbuster there.
this match, this Crystal Palace versus Leicester, has been one of the game I've been thinking for past weeks right now. You know, when looking at Leicester and what Brendan Rodgers has been doing at that club, I don't really know where Leicester is heading to. You know, Brendan Rodgers, I don't know whether if Leicester City is even seeing what the coach is doing at that club right now. When looking at Leicester that won EPL back 2015, 15-16 season. Now looking at Leicester struggling for relegation zone, and now right now Leicester for past 4 matches, Leicester has not been playing very
They've been
well.
playing poorly.
And secondly, the Crystal Palace lost their coach and they appointed new coach. And now Leicester is away to Crystal Palace at home. So I don't see Leicester beating Crystal Palace. I don't see Leicester beating Crystal Palace. I know that sometimes Leicester plays football that people don't understand. They might come and surprise us,
Okay.
and that game is a very tricky game that you can't just write off Leicester City.
Okay.
You know, sometimes they do things that
They can become unpredictable.
yes. They can come and shock everybody. Everybody will just be I remember Leicester match for about a month back. They were playing. I don't know how the football is, but they met Tottenham. They played Tottenham as if Tottenham was just a main club.
Yeah.
They defeated Tottenham by 4
Well
goals to 2.
beaten.
So now looking at their current situation and their current position in the league, and looking at Crystal Palace's current position and and their new coach, so I don't see Leicester beating Crystal Palace. And secondly, Crystal Palace is at home. You know, in that match.
Prediction.
Well, kudos to Leicester City's management. Yeah, if they were Chelsea's management by now, we won't be talking about.
It would have been home. Long way
We won't
home.
be talking about this. I'm just surprised. I don't know what is wrong with Leicester today. If you see them doing well, they win 2 straight 3 matches. Before you know, they go back to that. Maybe I think it's anytime Brendan Rodgers is under pressure, he's going to win match. Then when the pressure has reduced, he will come and lose 2 or 3. Because I don't know why they are still keeping him there. But I'm not the management to decide who to keep and who to stay. I don't know why they've not still stacked him up to now. But my thought on this particular match is I don't see Leicester beating them. And beside, all their players not been informed. The big teams which we know have been performing very. The big players in the team have been performing very badly. The likes of Ndidi, Iheanacho have also been struggling. He's only doing well in FA Cup. I don't know why he's not putting that form in
The Premier
League. The likes of Telemans that have been struggling in reading games. So many of them. You
many
can
games.
even see now. The starting SI now is quite different from what we used to know. The Leicester City team that we used to know, that's the starting SI now that Brendan. I don't know if the dressing room has scattered. I don't actually know what is actually wrong with
I think
that particular team at this moment. So I think if sacking Brendan Rodgers will help organize the team back rather than them going to relegation, because if Leicester should go to relegation, I don't see them coming back even in the next 5 years. So my thought on the match is that I'm seeing Crystal Palace to win. Crystal Palace has been good. Thank God Wilfried Zaha is back from injury, so he has also been the main man in the game. So I think Crystal Palace is going to win them. I don't see Leicester getting drawn. So the prediction on the match so far is 2-0 in favor of Crystal Palace.
Just like you said about the dressing room having an issue, I think most of the players are having a running out of contract. And you know, when a player is running out of contract, he doesn't feel at home and he doesn't play for the benefit of the team. For my prediction, I'll go with Leicester. Why I'll go Leicester City is because I'm a pessimist and I believe things can happen differently, just like a ton of events. Football happens.
Yes, it happened. But Leicester are not giving us that hope to believe in them again.
I just believe so.
Yeah, they're not just giving us that hope because they have not been consistent. As in the way they're playing, this is not Leicester we used to know. As my brother said in 2015, 2016, when they won the APL. This is not the Leicester we used to see. Though I know that most of the players are out, but this is not the Leicester we know before. Even if you know they will not beat you, but that fear factor that I'm playing one of the top team in Premier League is there, but it's no longer there. So I just see. I'll pray they should just bounce back from beating this match, but I don't think it's going to be easy for them. But I still see Crystal Palace beating them. That's my prediction.
Okay. Without further ado, let's run to Nottingham Wolves. That is a tricky game too, don't you think?
Yeah. That's one of the tricky game of the weekend. You know, Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. You know, Wolves for our last matches they have not been performing well, but I know that Lopetegui has, and Lopetegui is one of the best coach in the world after leaving Sevilla to Wolves. You know, men looking at Wolves last match, they gave Nunes red card, and now the coach bought new signings. You know, he bought new signings. The signings of Saleba, William Sareba from PSG. Now he bought some new players, people like Lamena in the midfield to strengthen them up. And even the Diego Costa they signed, Diego Costa have not been performing very well. And men looking at Nottingham Forest, I've watched Nottingham Forest for some time now. Men looking at what the coach has been doing, even some of the players have not been performing well for some time. The coach, men looking at this Nigeria, this our brother, our Nigeria brother Dennis. Even Dennis was not performing well for the
was
past 4 matches.
underperforming.
Yes, he was not doing very well, but the man gave him confidence.
He revived his confidence.
When I see Nottingham Forest substitute, I always see Dennis at bench. I ask myself, what happened? That means for this guy to be at the substitution, that means he has been doing well in training. You know, Nottingham Forest is a club that I can't even predict. But when I see that team, I see energy and comfort in that team. You know,
Zeal
that coach. I really wish all the British coach would be like that guy. Looking at the guy.
What are your final thoughts on the game?
Okay, my final thought on that game, I give Nottingham Forest to beat 2 by a goal to nil.
Yeah, okay, because of the home
win, because of the community stadium, because that Arsenal is a community stadium.
Okay.
You know, almost everybody in that community will come and watch that game. As long as it's called community stadium, I give Nottingham Forest to win by a goal to nothing.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Well, and so far so good. Wolves have not been playing really bad. I have watched series of their games this season, and they have been playing good football. They have been playing entertaining football. It's just for that inability to convert most of their chances. That's their, let me say, a bit of hard luck towards them. So I heard my brother even saying about Diego Costa. And I would remember say Diego Costa
player like that.
Person like Diego Costa see the host, and it's going to be a very difficult game for them. Kudos to Nottingham Forest. I respect them a lot because they have been doing very good this season. Even to the management for giving that coach 5 years contract, even when he was at the bottom of the league. No management in the Premier League is going to do that. Even when I saw the news, I was so this will figure first with the struggle for the game, give a 5-year contract, and finally he's doing very well. So the game is going to be a very hard game. Wolves is going to be very difficult for the Wolves because of the red card of Nunes. So
and it should be difficult. I think the Nottingham Forest have been formidable at home.
Yes. They have before they have their players are not really improving. You see the likes of Jesse Lingard, all of them have been working their best. Even Dennis is really trying well this season. Though he started very poorly.
Okay.
But now he has improved a lot. I think he scored in their last match or last 2 matches, something like that. So there's been a lot of improvement in the team, and the man is trying. The man is really.
So what are your final
So
predictions?
my final thought on it, I'm seeing a draw in that match. Or Wolves to win them. I'm seeing a draw in that match or Wolves to win. That's my final thoughts.
Okay. If you dey play game, no joke with our prediction, but bet responsible. My final prediction is Nottingham Forest taking a very comfortable home win. I think we have a final game here in the Premier League, which is for me a crush tie. Chelsea Aston Villa. What are your thoughts?
You know, I can tell you say it's a crush tie. I don't see a crush tie there.
Okay.
Chelsea for the last 4 matches that have been playing well. I know that this club I'm representing. They signed. Let me say they spent no less than $500 million.
But billions don't get you titles.
I know that. But looking at their last 4 matches, they have been really playing well, and I don't see Aston Villa. I don't see Aston Villa near Chelsea.
Taking a point from Stamford Bridge, is that what you're saying?
You know, just like as long as Chelsea is home against Aston Villa, we have won Aston Villa 7 times, 7 straight at home.
Don't you think they can be?
No. I don't see any change in that game.
There is Emery playing beautiful football in Aston Villa.
I know that Emery have brought out some of Aston Villa's players that have not been performing well to make them play well. The likes of Oli Watkins, the lack of Oli, especially Oli Watkins. I know that Oli Watkins is one of the most key players that is going to threaten Chelsea today. But with the lack of Badishi at the back, Koulibaly and Cucurella, I don't see them going in. And the lack of Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, people don't really see what he plays, but he has one of the most, or one of the best passing accuracy of the half of the open net this season. But nobody is seeing that because
we saw him play like that in the World Cup.
Okay,
he was the best young player in the World Cup.
So, when looking at that match, I don't see Aston Villa coming close to Chelsea.
What are your final
I know that game is going to be a very difficult game for Chelsea, but I know that Chelsea is going to triumph.
Okay, so that's your final prediction.
Yeah, the prediction is going to be a 2-0.
What are your predictions?
Well, sure. Nobody go want making team lose. That's just the final. That's just the truth about it.
That one not true.
Yeah, nobody go want making team lose. Chelsea, Aston Villa. I see Chelsea to win them because Chelsea have been trying this season. Though we'll see. Something about football is that it's not that easy. If you haven't been on the pitch before, you think football is very easy. They have been trying this season. It's just that most players didn't ability to understand themselves. So that's just it. And Chelsea need signings. They need signings, especially in the front line. The people may say they spent 2 billion. Guardiola used to say that the easiest way to get a trophy is spend. They asked him in one of his interview, why is Man doing so well this season? He said because they spent a lot, and if you check, Man spent this season, even if it's not as big as Chelsea.
Quite tactically.
So the thing is that Aston Villa has been a very stubborn team to a big side. Let me just put it that way. You see, likes of Arsenal struggling to win them, both first leg and second leg. If it was 4-2, you know that those 4-2 came at 90 plus. So they have been also struggling to win them. So it's a very difficult game for Chelsea. But I know Chelsea is going to come out victorious because they are home. That my final prediction on the match is 2-0.
Okay, as an optimist, I think Aston Villa would steal a point. That's what I feel Aston Villa would do at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, you're always. I know you're always against Chelsea, but let's call it fair.
No, I'm not against Chelsea. I do love them.
Let's call it fair. It's just that Chelsea and Aston Villa are no match. Just leave Chelsea are struggling this season. They're trying to make top 4, which we cannot write them off yet. Cannot write them off. It can happen. They might just win their straight 10 matches now and see them in third. So we cannot just write them off. But it's just that because of their recent form and what they play against Everton, they're waiting when they score, they relax. Chelsea game has been good. I've been watching most of the game. And the game against Borussia Dortmund in Champions League, they played a very good match. They created chance, but for them converting that chance, I think they need a striker. Okay. If this their guy Brojon, actually it's Brojon, Brojon didn't go to India, I think he has been converting most of these chances, and we all know that Kai Havertz is not a full 9, so he's still trying his best.
Okay, so what are your final predictions?
My final prediction is just 2-0.
Okay, Chelsea going
2-0. I don't see Aston Villa even getting a draw here, unless football happens.
Okay, that brings an end to our analysis on Premier League. I think we'll be moving to Germany and going with a blockbuster tight there, which is Bayern Munich and Dortmund. I think that's the game we'll be talking about in Germany. What are your thoughts?
Bayern Munich, Dortmund. You know, people always see Bayern as one of the best, one of the most decorated team in Bundesliga and in Europe. But this season, Dortmund have lost only. Let me say this year, this 2023, Dortmund has lost only 1 match, and that match is only against Chelsea.
I know why you liken them to that analysis.
No, it's not about liking them. What I've been following Dortmund for some time right now, but man, looking at Dortmund and looking at Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich has one of the most intelligent and, let me say, the best coach in the world.
Okay,
Thomas Tuchel, to be in that Dortmund team, and you know Dortmund, Thomas Tuchel have already coached Dortmund. And as I was telling you that Thomas Tuchel is one of the best coaches in the world, and now he's in Bayern Munich, and now Bayern need a coach that will give them that mentality of winning. The reason why Bayern Munich sacked their former coach was he was struggling in the league, and he was perfect in Champions League. He was not doing so quite well in the league. You know, man, looking at that Bayern Munich, Dortmund, I'm not seeing Dortmund beating Bayern. So I see Bayern to beat them by 2-1.
Okay, that's your final
Yeah,
prediction.
that's my final prediction.
What are your thoughts, Caleb?
Well, there's no much to talk about in this Bayern Munich match, as is Dortmund. My colleague here has already said it. Bayern, the reason why Bayern sacked their former coach because of the league form, not even the European for the Champions League form. The league form has been very, very bad for them this season, and they have been struggling. The likes of who won them last? Safe? I thought 2-1 or 2-0. Yes, winning them.
It's a
something.
dent on their
Yes,
image.
yes. That's what I'm trying to say. So as it stands now, I don't see them beating. I don't see Dortmund beating them. Though Dortmund are top of the table right now, top of the table, but I don't see them beating Bayern. And the influence of Thomas Tuchel, we all know who the man is. A very
A
tactical, tactical coach, and he has been looking for such a team in all his life.
Yeah, a
And
branded manager.
Yes, I think this is one of his best things so far. He did a very good work at Chelsea, but I think with this Bayern, he's going to go far.
I heard
And he's
before
going
the sack, I heard there was a dressing room chaos between Zimane with
yes,
the coach.
I read something like that. The players has been having issue with him. Even there was a time they say that even this new this guy that came to loan, he stopped playing him because of they are not even sure they are going to buy. But this is football. You brought him for no, you need to give him playing time.
Yes.
He doesn't have playing time. Yeah, that's when he came to yours. So the dressing room has been shaking. Even
shaking.
when Mane came back from injury, when he used to introduce Mane 70, Mane is a very high profile player. So that are some of the issues that are happening in the dressing room. But I think Tuchel is going to balance everything by
Okay, what is your final prediction?
yeah, my final prediction, Bayern Munich winning them. Their matches, so the both of them used to score. So let me say 3-2 or 2-1. That's my final prediction.
I think I will go with Dortmund winning. I've always been against you guys, so, so I'll go with Dortmund winning. I think we're moving to Serie A.
Wow.
I think we'll be looking at Juventus Verona, even if they are not doing so well. Let's look at that game.
Juventus Verona. There's nothing much to talk. People underestimate Juventus. Do you know that they deducted 15 points from Juventus this season?
Really?
Yes,
That's
they
a
deducted
shock.
15 points from. Am I looking at Juventus being at fifth? Yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes, they're fifth in the table. That means they're not playing badly.
Yes, they deducted 15 points.
Then looking at the likes of Pogba that they bought from Manchester United has been going from one injury to the other, and Di Maria, one of the key players, has been sustaining some certain injury.
Yes.
But I don't see, and one of the key players they have there is Chiesa, and Chiesa has not been consistent this season due to
injuries.
Yeah, due to one or two injuries.
A very good player, I know.
And Verona at away and Juventus at home. I don't see Verona getting a point there.
Definitely, I will accept that.
I don't see Verona getting a point there.
Definitely, I'll accept
I see
that.
Juventus winning comfortably, winning them by 2-0 at home.
What are your predictions?
Well, I don't have much to say about this thing. We all know that if it was not these 15 points they deducted from Juventus, Napoli Nash could have been on fire currently now. So,
Definitely.
So that is just it. Juventus is going to beat them very comfortably. There's nothing to argue about that. I see Juventus beating them very comfortably. So I'm giving Juventus 3-1 against Verona. That's my prediction.
Okay, that's nice. I think I also go accept your perception on that. I will go with Juventus to win. I think we'll run our analysis on Spain with a tricky clash for Barcelona or not. I think that's Elche by FC Barcelona. What are your thoughts?
Elche versus FC Barcelona. Yeah. Sometimes Barcelona plays football that we don't predict.
Okay.
That Elche, I've seen Elche beating Barcelona twice. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, especially when Elche is at home.
Okay.
And right now, Barcelona is topping La Liga by 5 points. If I'm not mistaken, Abi.
No, it's more than 5 points.
Okay, let me say about 8 points. 8 points ahead of.
Even more than 8 points.
More than 8 points.
Yes.
Wow,
more than 8 points.
That means that match, and Barcelona recently I've been seeing that have not been scoring goals. I don't see Barca trashing Elche. Even if Barca is going to win that game will be let me say a minimum. Let me don't use the word of maximum. Maximum means black something. Let me say a minimum of that goal should be under. That match should be under goal. Okay. That means if Barca is winning that, it should be 2-0 or a goal to nothing. Okay. I don't see.
That's a fair prediction.
And secondly, me looking at some Barca key players has not been no Dembele, no Pedri in that team. I know that Barca still have some dangerous players, the likes of Rafinha, the likes of Frank de Jong, the likes of Roberto Lewandowski, one of the best at strikers in the world. Yeah. So Even if there's no Dembele, there's no Pedri, but with the likes of Lewandowski in that team, the likes of Frank de Jong, the like of Frank Casey in the midfield, and Gavi, the one of the let me say the one of the most promising young star in football right now. Gavi is there, so I don't see a chill. I don't see a chill seeing a.
We will get back to you. I want to know your thought, Caleb.
Okay.
Well, the match is the La Liga is. Let me just say, La Liga is game over because Barcelona have already won the league to me. Because since the match they won against Madrid, that was when I just say Barcelona, I'm not gonna collect this league they go. So any team that actually playing now is just it's a very sure win for them in the sense that even people coming from their back are not actually doing well. They're not actually doing well at all. So I see Barcelona beating them very comfortably, even if they are away. I see Barcelona beating them. Eche quite this season has not been impressive. Unlike them, unlike we used to know that Eche used to be a very big problem to some of these big teams. But this season now, Barcelona has been very doing well, very even without the likes of Dembele. Rafinha, thank God for Rafinha. Rafinha has gotten that form back. Gavi has been doing well. Even the absence of Pedri has been doing very well. So I think Barcelona is going to beat them comfortably.
That's your final prediction.
Yes, my final prediction is 2-0.
Okay, I can go with Barcelona. I think I love Barcelona.
Yeah, everyone loves, but Barcelona has been good this season.
Okay, like a general club for people.
Yes. It's not most people don't like, but Barcelona. If you're a good football lover, you know that Barcelona has been good this season. They lost against Manchester United doesn't mean they have not been good. They have been good. I don't think that loss is even part of the blessing to them because they are now more focused on the league.
Okay.
Same way Arsenal just left European League to focus on the league. So I see Barcelona winning the match in 2-0.
Okay, thank you for your perception. Okay, over to Sunday's games. We have West Ham, Southampton. What are your perceptions, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, this is one of the, let me say, London Stadium. Southampton is struggling for relegation. West Ham is also struggling for relegation. If I'm not mistaken, I know that Southampton is the last team on the bottom team. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, Southampton and West Ham at home, and West Ham need this point, and Southampton also need this point. So this match is a tricky game. You know, sometimes before international break, Southampton went to Old Trafford and they got a draw, and now they are away again against West Ham, and West Ham need this point. Southampton need this point. If I can say that, I know that both teams need this point. And
what's your final perception
in this game?
Yes,
I will give West Ham to beat Southampton by 2-0.
Mr. Caleb, what is your perception?
Well, I disagree with him due to the constant away form of Southampton.
Okay.
Southampton drew Manchester United and beat Chelsea. That they have not been really good at home this season. Sometimes. So
they've been playing very well away.
They've been playing very well away, and thank God their key man is always fit. I've never had the case when I had this injury or this only red card. That's so that's just it. When it comes to that game, West Ham have not been doing very well this season, but they are doing well in conference. Who knows? That is David Moyes' plan for them this season, maybe to use the conference league and go for Europa. Maybe if they can just survive the season, they can still go to Europa. Maybe that's his plan for this. Nobody knows what is on his mind.
Actually,
so I see something getting a draw or winning. Well, I know it's a very difficult, but I see something getting a draw or winning.
Okay, that's your final perception.
Yeah, that's my final prediction. Yeah.
I think it's a very tricky game, like you guys have said. I think I would just go with a draw because I'm not certain of whoever is winning. I think our last game in the EPL to round off the week is Newcastle Manchester United. What a tight! What a tight! What do you have to say, Mr. Wilson?
You see, I'm an African man and also I'm a Nigerian man. You see, I be born Nigerian and I be Chelsea fan. You see this match, Newcastle vs Man U. Nah, make I tell you the truth where they are like this. I don't see Man U to win Newcastle. I don't go lie. Forget say Man U get to Rashford, one of the most informed attacker let me say in Europe.
Even if the way Man U they play now.
The way Man U they play now.
Say Man U no go fit win that game.
I know sure because Casemiro no dey. Man U no get that engine midfield there.
They're lacking an anchor.
They no get Sambisa are good, but you know reach Casemiro. For that midfield where Casemiro no dey, and Newcastle midfield, the lack of Joelinton, the lack of what do you mean with this Brazil boy in himself? Bruno Guimaraes for that midfield, and the Willock for midfield. The only person wey Man U get for that midfield is Arsenal. Loli Bruno Fernandes.
So what's your perception? Your final perception, I want to know.
Newcastle to win Man U.
Oh, wow.
That's
quite a statement.
Make I no lie for una. You see this match, I dey see Newcastle dey go beat Man U. Man U don already win them for Carling final. This one now go be do
just like a payback. They are only Man U tied.
Exactly. This match
and this is the tie for you.
No be say dem go win Man U. Easy.
Mr. Caleb, please. I want to know your perception.
I know say Man U go struggle, but they go beat them.
Well, I don't know why Chelsea people hate us. I don't know why they hate us. So I don't know what to do that. The game is a very difficult game, quite well. Yeah, but him saying Casemiro. We have won games when Casemiro. Let me just shock you. The first red card Casemiro got. The 3 red match ban. We drew 1 and 1-2. That is absent. But now it's getting more difficult because I heard I'm not too sure if Sabitzer is going to play. I heard Sabitzer picked a knock in the international friend. International qualification. So it's going to be a very dicey game for Manchester United. But we see how Rashford, the most informed Rashford. And they feel I'm so that's what the TV.
That has been the
iconic
celebration.
That says we see our friend and McTominay. Thank God McTominay has played well in the international break, and I'm very happy. I think that we have to push him from because we found out that he's more of the attacking form.
Okay, he performs better when he plays as an outfield, like a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, thank you. Then Fred will have to sit back. Then Bruno,
like a holding midfielder.
Yes, he'll be the one. But I just pray, maybe I'll still check the news if Sabitzer has eventually come back. Thank God Eriksen has been training, but I think he will come back before the end of this April. And good news is that Marshall is back.
Okay, what's the final prediction?
So my final prediction is that because of the difficult game and Newcastle has also been strong. I think for the past 5 matches they just only won 1, which was their last match. Yeah. So it's not just because of they have good playing. So I think I'm going for a draw or mine to win 2-0.
Okay, that's also a nice, fair prediction. I think going with how I have some similar affections for Manchester United. I feel Manchester United should come from there with.
We should also know that our coach is a very tactical. So that's the difference between us and Newcastle. He might have the better.
He has a very good tactical position.
Yes, he might have the better squad depth now due to lack of injury in their team. They must have the better squad depth now. But what I'm saying is that you have the tactical coach who knows how to read game. That's what has helped us this season.
So you are feeling that Manchester will not be really far from home by getting a point from there?
Yeah, we are not going to lose this match. I don't see Man losing this match. But if we better lose it, it's going to make us sit back and still learn. But my hope is this season at least we should make tough. We have 1 trophy already.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Keller. Thank you for your prediction. I think I will go with a draw because I don't believe either side will be able to win that game. That's my perception. We'll quickly run to the French League. The game we're going to be looking at is Paris Saint-Germain and Lyon.
Wow.
Quite a tricker, a blockbuster. What are your thoughts, Mr. Wilson?
Wow. That game is, let me say, apart from Manchester City versus Liverpool this weekend, that game is one of the strongest match of the weekend. Okay. I know, looking at what Paris Saint-Germain has been playing in recent weeks, they have not been performing very well. Yes. Their last match before international break, they lost to Stade Rennes by 2-0.
Okay.
With the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, Marco Verratti, Vitinha, all those people in the midfield, they lost to Stade Rennes. And secondly, looking at Paris Saint-Germain, I think that Paris Saint-Germain is having some serious issues in their dressing room. Their dressing room has not been working. Yes.
So what is your final prediction, please, Mr. Wilson?
That match, I don't really know if I will give Paris Saint-Germain a win or I will give Lyon a win. I know that looking at Paris Saint-Germain current situation and the Lyon current situation, if you can go by let me use this one by money wise, you will give Paris Saint-Germain winning, but I don't see Paris winning. I see that game to be a draw.
Okay, that's your final prediction.
Yes.
Mr. Caleb, what do you have to say about the game?
Well, since Neymar got injured, PSG has been struggling really well. So they have been struggling. So the match is a very dicey one for them, and they have not been constant. Unlike the PSG we used to know, PSG most of this their team 5-0, 4-0, but now you see them getting 2-1, 9 minutes and winning. Like the last 2 matches they won, it was 9 minutes winning from Mbappe. So it's going to be a very difficult thing because of who Lyon is in the league, and Lyon has been one of their toughest opponents in the league. So it's going to be a very
So
difficult
you
game.
agree with Mr. Wilson's
Yeah,
perception?
yes, I agree with Mr. Wilson that PSG is going to beat them, but it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be because night now they're actually slipping away from the title race. They're actually slipping away from it. It's just that the influence of the biggest goats in the world,
Yes,
the
because
Messi,
they are the
yeah,
power team.
yes, and Mbappe. So that just it. But you may looking at it, PSG have not been really impressing us this season.
What is your final prediction, Mr. Caleb?
Well, my final prediction is PSG to win 2-1 or Lyon should get a draw. That's my final prediction.
Okay, looking at the team, I used to know of a term called GOAT. I think the GOAT is in that team. I think we should give them a fair win at home. I think we'll be running down to the Serie A, where we have our brother playing one of the best football this season. We'll be looking at Napoli AC Milan. What are your thoughts, Mr. Wilson?
Wow. That is another tricky game this weekend.
Okay.
Napoli versus AC Milan. Napoli, let me say, Napoli is the best thing in Europe so far. Napoli is the best thing in Europe so far.
Fair to say, I would agree that,
Yes.
but not to a given higher percentage.
Why will you say so? Because I know you want to talk about Arsenal right now, but
Let's look at Napoli AC
Napoli,
Milan.
okay. For me, looking at that game, looking at my brother, my blood brother waiting for that team, Vito Osimhen. I don't see AC Milan to see draw. I know that AC Milan has been quite good, yes, with the lack of Rafaelio, Oliver Giroud, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They have some world-class players in that team, and Napoli is a compacted team that, if it's not for this Sapoli, their coach that brought out the best of people like Anguissa, people that Fuan threw away as if it's nothing. But Anguissa went to Napoli and become one of the most decorated midfielder currently now. Anguissa is one of the most decorated midfielder in Europe now. Men looking at the team
What is your final prediction, Mr. Wilson?
that game, the final prediction, Napoli to win by 3-1.
Do you agree with what Mr. Wilson is saying? Mr. Keller.
I disagree with him because I know now most of you guys are not aware that Osimhen is injured. I know you.
Wow, that's a shock.
We picked up an injury in Nigeria international CAF.
I read something like that in the papers.
Yeah, so he's injury, so he's not going to play. I think he's going to miss 2 matches. So, but he's going to be fit for the Champions League. So
Game,
he's
okay.
going to be fit for that. He's going to miss that. He's going to miss this AC Milan game and one other game before the Champions League.
So what's your prediction?
It's a very difficult game. But when it comes to teamwork, Napoli won about 5 to 6 matches when Osimhen went to injury at first. Yes, they have been playing good football. Let's don't forget that Osimhen and the other.
I saw some bookies favorite to be in the Champions League winners.
Yes. Most teams myself are tipping them to win the Champions League. Most people are tipping them. Yes, more points are tipping them.
So what is your final
So
prediction?
my final prediction is I'm seeing AC Milan to win because even if Napoli loses this match, they have nothing to
The league
lose.
is already won.
They have nothing to lose. So they need to lose like 5 matches before you consider them losing the league. So even if they should sacrifice this one and meet them in Champions League, because I'm very sure Napoli is going to beat them in Champions League. So I'm seeing AC Milan to win 1-0. That's my final prediction.
That's a very big blockbuster tie in the Champions League. That's a very big tie. Okay, quickly we are running to Spanish La Liga. I think that's where we'll be running off our focus for the week. And we'll be looking at Real Madrid, Valladolid. What are your thoughts, Mr. Wilson?
My thought on that game, I don't know if I would say it's a tricky game, but I know I'm not seeing anything tricky there. I see Real Madrid to win a comfortable win. You know, Barcelona has been topping them with about 8 points.
Is that your final prediction?
I know that Real Madrid would like to win to close the gap. I see Madrid to win, home winning, comfortable home winning.
Do you agree with that, Mr. Keller?
I agree with that. Just that Madrid don't form as this. I'm a Madrid fan. Most Madrid fans are also Madrid fans.
They run for shelter.
Yes, they run for shelter. So that's what the team be. Madrid don't form as this. They have just been fucking up. They have not just been doing well. And I don't think. Maybe I think their hope is just on that Champions League because now the Champions League is more difficult with the presence of Tuchel in that Champions League football. It's going to be more difficult on them if they more focus on the Champions League
than the league.
On them. And they lost their first leg Copa del Rey semi-final against
Barcelona.
So now I think that the way I'm seeing it, Madrid is going to go trophyless this season, and it's going to be a very bad result for their coach. And
so you don't think they are still one of the things that always sprung surprises in the Champions
Yes,
League?
yes, the match I saw against Barca. To me, I'm a Man U fan. For the first time, I'll be supporting Chase.
Wow.
To be honest with you, for the first time, I'll be supporting Chase.
That is for another day.
But
What's your final thought?
Yeah,
on
they're
that?
going to win the match because it's just a normal match. But to be honest with you, Madrid are just really did rubbish this season.
Okay, that's a home win for Real Madrid.
Yes.
I think the last pick of it is Atletico Madrid, Real Betis. What are your thoughts, Mr. Wilson?
Atletico Madrid Betis is a tricky game. I can't just write off Real Betis. Real Betis have one of the, let me say, one of the best coach. Pellegrini is in that team. Pellegrini is the coach of Real Betis.
Okay, what are your predictions? What do you predict?
Draw.
A draw. Do you agree with him, Mr. Caleb?
When Manchester United play Real Betis, it wasn't a very easy game for us. It wasn't, especially when who is home set. Okay, we have to go Madrid, but it wasn't a very easy game for us. Even at their home, we saw what Real Betis can give, and we saw what they have been giving since Pellegrini has been in the team. So I see them beating ATM because ATM has never really played that attacking football. That's why Joan Felix decided to leave. So I see Real Betis beating them one goes to 0 because they lost their last match. Real Betis won their last match. We watched it. So I see
your final prediction
yes, just
is a home win for Atletico Madrid.
No, for Real Betis.
Okay, an away win.
Away win for Real Betis or just draw.
Thank you so much, Mr. Caleb.
Yes.
And I have to thank you guys for being in the studio with me. You have done very, very well analyzing each of these games, statistically looking at angles and the crunch of football. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Caleb. Thank you for watching our analysis for the week to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and bet responsibly. Make sure you engage with us in the comment section. See you next time, next week. And also, we'll be coming up with some exciting summaries of the games on Monday. Tune in, subscribe, share. We love you.